Hey guys, welcome. Cyndi Williams here, the travel career coach. I am here with Kimberly Adams this morning from Queen of Fun Travel. Kimberly, how are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited you're joining us today. You're a recent graduate of our Careers on Vacation program, and we just wanted to share your story and your amazing journey. Can you tell everybody a little bit about where your business was before working with Careers on Vacation and where you are now?
Well, before, it's like if you told me 3 months ago that I would be doing this, I would have been like, what the heck are you talking about? Um, Travel is something I always really love, and I get obsessed when I'm planning our trips and everything like that. And I'm a member of a few different cruising communities. And I was watching one of their old YouTube videos, and the girl in the video said, yeah, I'm a travel agent. And it was like a lightning bolt hit me in the back of the head. And I was like, why am I not doing that?
That's right.
Why am I not doing that? So, I work full time right now. I'm an event planner for 21 years. But I've been, started doing this. And I have a business now, and, I'm still working on the marketing and doing all of that. But it's going along really well, better than I thought.
That's amazing. And I know in just 12 weeks, right? You went from being an avid, passionate traveler to going, you know what? Why am I not doing this? I love
Yeah,
that. Just
yeah.
dove right in.
That's like the next phase of my life.
Oh, I
So,
love that. What's been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
I think I think just the fact that I'm doing this.
Mm.
I'm each week I'm getting things done, and I'm doing the work, and if I get stuck, I'm figuring it out either through help from my coach or through the group, or on my own, and just get working through it and figuring it out. Where in the past, I would have for sure shut down and then said, why am I doing this? You can't do this.
And
And all
all
those
the
things.
mindset gremlins kind of come in. Yeah.
And that's really for me, like, if you really, really know me, like, that's a really big thing. So to me, that's been the biggest win. And just like looking at myself and going, wow, you're doing this. This is unbelievable how far you've got. Within the first week I had a logo, and it was crazy. Like, that's never happened before.
And the fear can be paralyzing, right? Like it's one of
Yeah.
those things where you know you want to do something, and if you do go it alone, that's what can happen. A lot of times that is what happens to people, as they're like, I want to do it. They're really passionate about it. They're excited about it. They jump in, and then they get to obstacle after obstacle. And when they don't know how to solve it, they're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus you were brand new. You'd never sold travel before, correct?
Right.
So, but we popped you into the middle of the program, which you have this supportive group, you have an assigned coach helping you as a new. So how did that feel different, right? How did that feel different for you?
Well, a while ago, before I work where I do now, I had my own business as a wedding and event planner. And, um, all that started I had clients before I had anything set up. And then it took me forever to get a logo, and that cost thousands of dollars. And then I didn't know how to market, and then I didn't know what to do. And I just didn't know how to take it to the next level. So after 10 years, I was like, I'm burnout. And I went to go work for a
So
venue.
your life experience
Mhm.
taught you how long it took that other business to be successful, which it was, but you had to go through all those hard knocks. So this time, being a savvy business owner, you said, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I had better
Yeah,
what?
well, after I had that lightning bolt, I started, first thing I did was I went to YouTube, and you're the first video I found. And then I found some MLM videos, and then I was like, wait a minute, that other lady said to watch out for that. So then I went back, and of course I watched every video. It's the same story everybody tells. We watched all your videos, we stalked you and all that stuff. But because before I found you, before I really started, before I called you and all that, like, I was like, what do I do? I got a book, and then I'm like, God, this is going to take a million years.
Yeah.
So, I kept watching you, and I'm like, oh, should I click that button to call, do the first call? And and really thought about it. It was probably 3 weeks before I finally clicked that button. And I was scared. And after I clicked it and made the appointment, I was like, why did I make that appointment? What was I thinking? How can I cancel? I was freaking out.
That's so funny. Yeah, because it's like, and we're not like, was the appointment scary? Let's just get that out of the way. Like, no, I
No,
pay
it's fun.
people to show up and give free calls, even if it's just to map you, right? So was the call scary? Was it, it's not like a sales pitch. It really is to help you
No,
on
I
your
felt
journey,
really
no matter
high
whether you
after the
work with us
call.
or not.
Yeah, I felt super high after the call. Like it, you know, I just, everything I knew this was supposed to be, because it kept, you know, from the very first lightning bolt, it kept bugging me, bugging me, bugging me. And then after the call, like I just knew it. And it was a no-brainer to say yes to the investment. And um, I didn't care. And I said, yes, I jumped in, not knowing like, I knew you were legit, but you still don't really know. I mean, you're just jumping in,
You're
jumping in
hoping,
and
right?
hoping,
Yeah.
you know, like it's gonna, you know, you don't know what the program's like until you get into it. And I felt really high after that call. And I was even scared when I was talking to Natalie. She was like, well, you know, we have a room starting tomorrow. And I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow. Like it was like everything in me wanted to like put it off till January.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, because why put off your success? I mean, let's be real, right? If you're really like serious and you want to get going. Now we don't always have spots. You were lucky. There must have been someone graduating, because a lot of times we're on the wait list. But that's what, like you said, everything was aligning when you have that lightning bolt. And I always say, like, when the student's ready for whatever you're trying to do in life, the teacher arrives. So the fact that, you know, that's just alignment happening in life. That's what that is. But you mentioned earlier the mindset work. So just to touch on that really quickly, how did the mindset work impact you in the program?
So that is the key thing, and that's really important. And you know, when I first got to that, was like the first thing we got to, because I'm expecting to get to, I don't know what I thought, like learning this and that, and we got to mindset. And I had a client where I dealt with mindset in the past, and I was always like, come on, this is nuts. You know, I don't know. And so I'm reading through it, and I'm like, all right, you know, you're gonna do everything this lady tells you to do. You made this commitment, you're gonna freaking do it, and you're gonna
What
do
does it hurt? What does it hurt, right?
everything she tells you to do. It doesn't hurt, but I'm not gonna commit to making the little coaster cards yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just write it down on a piece of paper. I'm gonna do it for 30 days, and I'm gonna mark my progress. And I started doing it for 30 days. And after the first 30 days, I made beautiful coaster cards. And I've been doing it every single day. And let me tell you what is the most, you know, telling somebody who's watching this, the most important thing about it is, for the times when you think you cannot make it, or you want to give up, or, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or what was I thinking? How am I going to get clients? Or I'm scared to do that. That's when immediately, instead of going down that path, all of a sudden this little mindset thing comes in. Like, for example, like, you know, I deserve to be happy and prosperous, and I am. Or another one that's like, I am being guided to the perfect solution to this problem.
Yep.
That would just come in, and I'd be like, and I would just trust that. And I would be guided to the perfect solution to the problem. You know, on the Facebook page or whatever I was working on, you know, either by finding it through the group, or mostly through the Facebook group. It's amazing, the support there. And and the people, like, it's like, I feel so good being a part of the community, and I'm excited to stay with it forever. So mindset is key.
You're part of the cool kids now, for sure.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about mindset. Like, we don't talk about mindset. We give you guys tools.
Yeah.
And they're the tools that the millionaires and billionaires, like, they might not call it mindset, or some of the, you know, that it's just different terminology. But setting your intention, getting clear, running your business like a CEO, being the visionary of your business, we know. And after, you know, working with, I've been training for over 20 years, right? I know if I can get someone to get in that space where they know they are capable, they know that they can move forward, they can put that CEO under their name, right? If you can get them in that headspace, you will make more progress and get more results. It's just, and guess what? Obstacles don't stop coming up just because you take any program. If I prepare you and give you those tools, it's going to change how you handle things 6 months from now and 2 years from now, and not just in business, but in life. Right.
Right.
So I love that you were a skeptic, and I love that you did it anyway. You leaned in, and I love that it's a part of what you're doing now. And that's why you're on this case study, because you're having success. So that's amazing. I love it. So
that was another one of my intentions, was to be on a case study.
That's right.
Like, when Christine asked me, I was like, oh, that's a dream. I was hoping she would ask me to do it.
Yes, I love it. Well, and how could we not? I mean, going from not ever working in the business before, in 12 weeks, your business is launched. I mean, come on, that's amazing. So, and you mentioned the support, and over the past year, we've, I'm actually filming 3 case studies today. It's ridiculous. But I will say there, we have over 50 case studies on, just on YouTube now. And one of the things though, in the past year, we've really enhanced the program. So you got to work with our team of experts now. You got an assigned coach as a new agent. So that process of getting into the group, and just share a little bit, like when you had a question, how quick did it get answered for you?
Within 24 hours. And most of my, so I would save my questions for my coach, who's a total rock star, by the way. I love her.
She's awesome. I only hire rock stars, so that I can hear you.
I want to know her forever. I want to be just like her. So you guys really paired me up with a great person. And so, she was such a big help, especially like, there was a part like with the marketing, I was really like, not sure where to go first. And she really helped to streamline that, like what I need to do, my homework, and make it more simplified for me. And, but if I had a question like about LLC, or, we're going to get my LLC done, like my attorney's saying it's going to be $2,000, like that's crazy. With it in the group, like somebody would answer right away, like try this person, or, you would answer right away about any question that I had. And there were some questions that I was able to figure out on my own because of what questions people had, or on the coaching calls that I would watch.
Because even though you have an assigned coach as a new agent, you still get to work with me. That's another thing I want to make sure people know.
Right.
It's not like you don't have access to me.
You're totally easily accessible. And, and sometimes, like, to my surprise, I was even able to figure out things myself, and I was so proud of myself, like just looking at, but it was all through things that were posted, or, you posted some samples of things that you did, and that really helped me to figure out, oh, I could find that arrow in Canva and put that sticker on there, or just the different things I had
all
to figure
the little
out.
odds and a million odds and ends it takes, right?
Yeah. And, I still have some things where I'm like, oh, I still have fear of pressing that live button on something, for Facebook or whatever, but I'm getting everything done. And what's really amazing to me is having the business automated. So, even though you might have one client or no clients or whatever, it's still automated to, as if you had 1,000 clients. And that's really important, because in my old business, it was like, then I had all these clients, and it was like, I didn't have time to do any of that other stuff.
Yeah. Then you're working with the clients, and then you never have time to sit and get the structure set up. Yeah. And that's a big thing, scalability. And that's why we say it's not the questions that you want to ask that will get you in trouble. It's the questions you don't even know to ask. Like, some people might even not have thought, like, why would I have to set my business up and be ready for 1,000 clients? Well, because when you have 30 clients, it's going to start feeling like you're super busy, and your stuff's going to be disorganized and all over the place. Versus if you set it up the right way from the beginning, you can add way more clients way faster, and then you turn your marketing automated machine on, and it all comes together. And that's how you can scale so much faster. Is because I know like you said, you took 10 years to get your other business where you wanted it to be. You're not trying to put in another 10-year investment in your time. You're trying to get things to happen as quickly as possible, right?
Right. And I mean, I'm still going to have questions. Like, still there's fears that pop up in my head, like, oh, how am I going to do that? How am I going to figure that out? I'm going to figure it out. Like, then the other voice just says, well, you're going to figure it out. It's not hard. You can ask the grad group. I'm sure I could set up on a coaching call. Like, just because I'm done doesn't mean I can't set something else up. And, it's just, the support is still there. So I'm not going to stress about it.
And you have all of your modules forever. They don't go away too.
So that's amazing too. And I want to say this, as I keep going through everything, it's nice. I like it when you put in there like, hey, calm down. You're where you're supposed to be. You don't have to be, because at first I was really following along. I was like on the module every week. But then when I got to marketing, like I had to slow down because I had to really work through that.
Yeah.
And so then now, I feel like, oh, I'm behind. Well, I'm not behind. I'm just where I'm supposed to be.
Yep.
And I'm working full time, and I've got a million other things that are going on too. But I'm still making the time to do this, and I will get there. It's not a big deal. So, just working through that
And now you have the tools, the resources, and confidence to work through whatever comes your way as you build
right.
this amazing business over the next year.
Right. And it's great to have that. Like I was saying before, it's great to have the modules forever to go back to and work through again if you need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I wanted to say, because I forgot. I got off on another track. So sometimes I'm going through everything and I'm like, wow. And I told my husband, the amount of information she is giving us is mind blowing. Like, and I commented on one of your videos, but you weren't sure who I was because it doesn't say who I am. But because I also go by Erin, and like it says Queen of Fun Travel. It's worth every penny because you're so generous with the amount of information. It's unbelievable how many tools we get.
Yeah, and I always say,
if
like,
you can't fail.
As much as you can't, right? I love that. Hashtag failure is not an option.
It's not an option.
Hashtag we get our clients results. But in as much as we talk about the program and we share these case studies, we don't oversell it. My philosophy in everything that we do, whether we're working with a client and booking a vacation, or whether I'm working with clients and helping them build their travel businesses, is we give them the information, we share the results that clients are having, but we always under promise so we can over deliver. So everything you're watching on these videos that people are raving about, you're going to get all of that stuff plus stuff you don't even expect. Mm-hmm. So thank you for sharing that, because we do a lot of work on the curriculum. We are always revising the curriculum. Every month we're doing rewrites and keeping the information up to date and making sure you're getting the latest and greatest. And marketing is 3 weeks of the 12-week program. Marketing is a huge, big chunk of what you're doing, because we're teaching people how to set up a successful, portable, profitable online business, right? That is not to be dabbled with. I was thinking of an analogy today because we have this pool build going on with our neighbor's house and ours. And I'm like, would people just, go in their backyard and build a pool without consulting, or, would they Google that or check Pinterest to see how you build a pool? No, but the people run their travel businesses that way. They're like, let me just go and try to do everything myself. And it can be a recipe for your last business, right? Signing up for 10 years of figuring it out. And I did that in a business before too. So I can 100% relate on that level. And then and I was in the same spot, when we sold our other business and we had our successful travel business already, but I wanted to start the travel school, right? So I did the same thing. I went and hired someone who knew what the heck they were doing and to get it in place, right? So you have to invest at the level you want to be at, not at the level you're at. You did that, and now you're having the results, which is amazing. Last question I'll ask you, Kimberly, is what would you tell people, someone who's sitting on the fence about the program? They're like, oh, I know this is what I need. They're, they want to get into travel. They have no idea where to start, or maybe they've just been in travel and been struggling. They want to get past that, wherever they are, wherever that plateau is. What would you say to that person who's thinking about the program?
I would say just jump right in and do the call, because, there's never going to be the perfect time to do this. Okay. Yeah. There's always going to be a million things going on, and you can make the time to do it, and it's at your own pace, and the support is there, and there's never a perfect time. So just do it. There's nothing to lose. If this is something you really love and you really want to do, just make that first step.
Yeah.
And just dive in. Don't think about it. You have to just not let any of that other stuff in. That's the mindset. You just have to keep, go forward and just do it,
Right. You got to lean in. You got to lean into what your bigger purpose is. And when you do that, amazing stuff happens. You did that. You made that call. You were nervous, but you did it anyway. You showed up even though you were nervous, and then you committed even though you were nervous. And here we are 12 weeks later, singing our praises. Worth every penny. I love it so much. And you're your business is launched. You have a travel business.
Yeah, I have a travel business. I have the little binder that says I'm an LLC, and
Love
you
it.
know, and I'm doing all the work, and you know, I have some other things to do, but I'll get through that. And I'm proud of it.
Well, and I want to say congratulations on all your success. You know, you're going over to our grad group. And I want to say to everyone watching, especially those of you that are lurking in the shadows, you've been thinking about this for a while, just pick up the phone and make the call. careersonvacation.com/ready now, and you can apply. You do have to apply. I want to state that as well. And I can't promise you could get right in just like Kimberly did, because a lot of times what we do is we're always sold out. We've been sold out for over 12 months. Every month we've sold out now. What we do is we wait for a graduate to, as soon as the graduates are graduating, then the next person can go into the program, but at least start the process. So book your discovery call. We'll walk you through the steps and how you should be mapping for whatever your custom goals are. And you could be in Kimberly's shoes in 12 weeks or so, and sitting down with me and talking about how amazing you feel about your travel business. So Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing your story today. I really appreciate it. And we're going to be cheering for you. We'll see you over in the grad group, okay?
Right. Thank you.
All right, lady. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.